WayofFlowingTime here, bringing to you another episode of EEPower. So right now I'm just going to throw in a bunch of aluminum dust, and the reason for this is because we're going to want to make, well, a lot more thermal generators. These six, or rather it's not six, it's 12. These 12 geothermal generators, or rather thermal generators, are definitely not enough to satiate our desires. Satiation. So there are a few things that we're going to want to do. One of them is making more aluminum. Is it aluminum or aluminium for this one? It's aluminium. I'm going to say aluminum because I'm cool that way. So one is making more aluminum for more thermal generators, but the problem with that is we need much more lava in order to sustain the amount that we have right here. I mean, the amount of lava we have right now is just barely enough to sustain this, let alone, I'm thinking 64. Now, just throwing out some numbers right now, stop me if anything just goes over your head. With 64 thermal generators, the output of a matter fabricator is approximately 6.6 something UU matter per hour. That's pretty good. I think that's something that we're definitely wanting to eventually go full hog on that. That's going to require a lot of lava, and I'm not going to pump the nether. I do not want to do that. That just feels like I'm going to have like cheaty pants. And these are full power nanosuit leggings, and going cheaty pants would just be a waste of pants, you know? Stupid pants. How dare you? So one of the things that I made in the meantime was, well, because I'm out of food rather, I got this glowing bread. If we check the recipe for it quickly, it requires 3 bread, glowing water for 3, and glowing water is just simple stuff really. Now let's eat that. That was very quick. And one thing that's very good about this glowing bread is the fact that, well, it's a bit more expensive than regular food, but I believe it completely fills the hunger bar, or it's 6 chops, and it completely fills your saturation, which is the invisible food bar. So what I'm thinking we're going to do for this episode is get up a bit of automation for our thing over there, which is called something awesome that completely escapes me right now. Ah, yes, the nuclear reactor. We're going to work on our nuclear reactors so as we can get it to work a little more nuclearly. What I mean is that I want it to be as fully automatic as possible. Automatic in the sense that I supply a lot of copper to it and uranium. Let's just get a bunch of copper because, hey, it's free. So I'm going to just cook up a bunch of quad uranium cells, and then we can figure out some ways to automate the process. This will be fun. Okay, so we got a bunch of uranium cells, quad uranium cells, and we have a few left over, and I'm going to keep these cells in here for the time being. And let's see, jetpack fully powered. We're going to need to put our lap pack in because frankly it needs some juice. So what are we going to need to do for this system? One of the things that we're going to need to check is whether a sorting machine can actually interact with this thing at all. If not, then we are going to just have a bit of an annoyance. Now, the thing is, this sorting machine should only be able to reference near depleted uranium cells because those are the things that will come out. So if it's automatic so that it only goes with this stuff, that should be okay. No default gateway. So if we assume that is all that we need to do for that part, we can just simply get that and that. And let's turn this off so that nothing kills us while we are working on that, because frankly, that would suck. So what else are we going to need to do? I'm thinking let's create another one. Actually, let's create 2 solar panels so that we can get that stuff going so we won't need any sort of fancy wiring. Now, the reason we want to go with the nuclear reactors is the fact that one nuclear reactor with its current configuration, I think it's 336 EU per tick. I forgot the number, because the exact number, because it has been so long since I actually last used that nuclear reactor. But to make it automatic, well, automatic is a quote-unquote situation because all that we really can do without a huge process is to just make the quad uranium cells as we have done now, and then just throw it into the reactor as we will be doing in a second. So we got this, and let's create all of the blue doped wafers. It's so nice not having to go back and forth to get all that stuff. That being said, the nickelite, etc., is going to have to go back each time, and the silver, etc. And I'm thinking mag tubes might be a good idea, but we do have the blue alloy ingots to be able to do that. So let's place this one of these down at least for now. I don't think this will actually hamper with any part of the system, so I won't be worried. Let's just say that. So here we go. And we'll place another block here and place a solar panel here, because then we'll want a sorting machine here. This sorting machine's job will be to take the items out of the chest and put the stuff in automatically. These will be the quad uranium cells, and because it's a little expensive to just put that there, and we're assuming that nothing whatsoever will be thrown into that chest other than the desired ingredient, we won't do anything. So, now the question is, how do we automate this? The main thing we need to do, actually, let's just test one thing. Does this actually pull out? That'd be a necessary thing to, no. So let's actually, I'm going to quickly get a battery box because that will help us with charging this temporarily at least. Let's grab this. I know it won't be full, but whatever. Whatever. Okay, so let's place this down here. That'll put the solar panel up to its maximum usage. Okay, so there we go. And that is good. Let's get that out of the way. Let's put this here. And this is set to automatically pull stuff out. So let's throw this in, and it automatically pulled out the item, and as you see, it's not pulling out any other items, so that is good. Now we have to worry about this thing. So what I'm thinking we'll just need to do is throw in some dummy items that won't really affect the overall design. For instance, just getting a heat vent should be good, and unfortunately heat is not a good word to search by. Okay, heat vent, heat vent, heat vent. Heat capacity reactor plating? Or just reactor plating? We can do reactor plating. I'm going to get some advanced alloy and some more dense copper plates, and then we'll just need to have 4 of them, and then that will increase the whole max temperature as well as allowing for some more fun stuff. You'll see what I mean in a second. Darn, I must say that this glowing bread does really help in the sense that I haven't needed to eat for a while. That being said, probably filling my gut with holy water, or rather glowing water, may not be the best course of action of any type. So let's get our stuff before we manage to die, and here we go. So there, and we might as well send a few more nuggets of wisdom, so to speak, over there, and just throw that there. And here we got reactor plating. Let's pull out a few quad uranium cells. So just we need to put in this reactor plating like so, and we're going to need to monitor it for a slow time before anything bad happens. Okay, so cycle, and it should automatically pull stuff out of the chest. We're going to turn it off for now. It's off. Okay, good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's jammed. That's good. And nothing's happening. Let's make sure all of our gear is charged. There we go. We got it running, and I'm going to put on my electrical jetpack just in case I need to run. Well, not run, because it's not technically running away, because, well, consider this is a 64-meter radius explosion, so I think running like this would be better. That being said, I believe there is a maximum height. Hey, Clouds! How's it going? I'm almost at the maximum height. Okay, it's 190 something, that we know. And there we go. No more dicking around, please. Okay, so everything seems like it's working. We got the energy flowing into our network, and it should be giving a much needed boost to our matter fabrication, as well as using our geothermal generators, or rather thermal generators. Stop saying that. More better. So this is building up energy, and these are building up energy as well. It seems random in which ones actually build up the most energy. I'm not too sure what that algorithm is, but I do know that it's a little freaky. So, we got that going, and it should automatically go for a lot longer. It's just going to take some manual inclusion, but not as much if we get like a chest full of those quad uranium cells, for instance. Because I think it's what, 2.5 hours, 2 hours and 47 minutes, probably to be precise, before anything goes kablooey. And that's a bad thing. So, one of the things we can probably add are some hybrid solar panels because those are the main thing that's going to help us. But hybrid solar panels require iridium plates and enriched sunarium. Sunarium requires UU matter and irradiant stuff and advanced solar panels, so it's going to take a bit of effort. We might want to actually plug this stuff into our creator, so to speak, so that we can get, yeah, our autocrafter. That might be the best thing to do. Nope, don't pull. Don't. No! We should be good. Okay, I'll wait for that stuff. So, now that we have some better fabrication of UU matter, we should be good. Twilight Forest Trophy. That reminds me, maybe I should go back to the Twilight Forest because I haven't beaten that Hydra yet, and that's the only boss I haven't beaten in the Twilight Forest. That being said, there is a new uh, dungeon, so to speak, that I'm going to really want to try out when it comes out. It's called the Time Fortress or something. It's going to be interesting. Okay, so I'm going to work a bit more on bee breeding, build up some more UU matter, and hopefully it matters. Okay, checking our multi-block structure over here, we are getting some chestnuts from here. Too bad there's no way to roast it over an open fire, but with this, I think it's good. Now, it's a huge water amount, it looks like. Checking over here requires a quarter of a bucket to get any amount. That, well, we are, as I said before, we are fast enough, so it's not like it matters too much, but it is going, well, rather slowly, actually, instead of the set and forget. Oh my gosh, tree. Yes, it finally grew, but that's not as huge as I would have liked it. So, as you see, I planted a red power rubber tree a while ago, and if I have my goggles of revealing right here, there is actually the thalmic node that is in there. I think I might cut down a bit of this, get some of the foliage so that we'll be able to plant another one over there, but I'm kind of glad that it finally grew. Let's just work our way into here, and I'm not sure what happened to our Minotaur's axe. That might be nice to know. Did I overwrite the node? Can't have. There it is. It's up there somewhere. As you saw, a glint, glimmer, glamour of it. There we go. So I'm gonna put this rubber wood back since we aren't needing the node's direct access, and we do have some vines. So if we ever need to, well, get vines, we'll have a method to our madness. Method to our madness. I doubt there's any method to our madness. It's too abstract. Anyways, let's move onwards. Huh. I've been exploring a bit in my age a bit. This is still Time's Domain, trying to get some more Valiant Princesses. Unfortunately, I haven't found any extra ones, but I did find an obsidian totem as well as a lake. I don't think it's even possible for lakes to generate in my world. I don't think so. It might have been because of the latest Mistcraft update, but there is some odd form of tree over there. That must be a great wood, though. Oh, it's just obstructed by that, huh? Oh, we got a... what type of one are you? I actually don't know too much about these totems, but I can say that they kind of do freak me out, so let's get rid of some of this stuff, and I think this is good. Okay, so break this down slowly enough, and what type of node are you? I think the starburst type are the... Correct me if I'm wrong, but that might just be a normal node, not really doing anything. Well, nothing that I know of at least. Nothing really interesting on the map aside from this. But these obsidian totems I'm sure will prove some sort of use. Let's see. We have tile and a totem. Gonna poke around a bit more because that is quite interesting. Okay, definitely a newly spawned territory. Haven't had this before. And if it is a fluxy one, that is good because we do need a flux aura node. Basically a tainted one, whatever it is. Okay, so what can we find in ye? Oh, creepers. That's always nice. Hello, Mr. Creeper. How are you? Nice to meet you. Oh, hello, skeleton. Do you enjoy my knockback? I enjoy it quite marvelously, and you exploded. Okay, that was very helpful. And now I can't actually deal with a direct creeper explosion. My armor is not good enough to be able to sustain such heavy fire, so to speak. Okay, these are annoying. Okay, that is quite... Oh my gosh. I do not like this place. I do not like this place. And did you just do what I think you did? Yes, I think you did. Okay, armor. Check. That's helpful. Thanks for waiting for me, because that's always nice. And unfortunately, I don't have any sort of light source, so it's not like... Yes, you did. Okay, and you dropped 2 skulls. That's very nice of you. Okay, I think I'm gonna just destroy these spawners. Say goodbye! There we go. No, I'm not gonna just copy people, because that's just wrong. And there we go. You know, sharpness would be a lot better for an enchantment than what I currently have. Okay, goodbye. How did you blow up the... Okay, I don't even care. Got some more useful stuff than just a bunch of princesses. So I'll drop those, and we can get rid of this. Emeralds are going to be useful. And atomic pickaxe. That is kind of kick-ass, really. Yeah, that's good. I just have to get out of here because, hey, that's good. That's always fun. I'm gonna explore that village because, frankly, if we can find some sort of atomic villager, that will help our research a bit. And no, I'm not gonna pick up those skulls. I don't collect those things. I wish one of those dropped some sort of CD because then I'd collect it. Atomic villager! Or you are not a atomic villager and you are a villager that sells pages. That's cool too. Okay, silverwood tree. So this is a pure node. I bet my bunions on it. Okay, that's all I needed to know. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Valiant. A valiant queen. However, it is still valiant. Amazing, amazing. There must be a breed villager as well. And I might be able to get some valiants. Oak wood. Gives that. That's a horrible texture for an oak wood. I probably am going to blame the Ore Dictionary because of that. But, oh well. Let's actually get... Ooh. Okay. Bye. So long. And I think I'm going to say sayonara to you, chest. We're going to have to take the redwood forest biome, as well as the end biome. Huh, that's quite interesting. And the fact that there's a pig carcass there, I have no clue about. Maybe that's how they actually make the pages. Yes. Okay, let's go back and put this into our chest so that we actually have something that we'll be proud of when we return home. Which way's home again? Aha! And then the Lord said, aha! Okay, here we go. Discovery 101, Stark Bees. Blam! So, Thaumanomicon, we got Stark Bees. Even bees are susceptible to the influence of magic, and perhaps it'd be possible to breed a bee from two species which are affected by arcane or supernatural powers. If such species exist, it could be possible. Further research may be needed in addition to a specimen. Sweet! So, I've been working quite a bit on research right now. As you see, a lot of the bee stuff got researched. Unfortunately, for some reason, some of my research got knocked back a bit. No clue why. Probably has something to do with unfortunate circumstances. Mwahaha. Anyways, so I managed to get Stark bees earlier. If we look over at our inventory, these are our Stark bees. Say hello, Stark bees. Nice to meet you. No, not Tony Stark. That'd be a little drug-inducing. So, we got some Stark bees, and we got some research that pretty much says that we'll be able to, well, change the Stark bees a bit. So what I'm thinking we'll just need to do is take some of our air shards, and hopefully we'll get an aura bee research. Let's see if this gets it. No, arcane bellows. Well, that blows. So let's maybe not worry about mutating our Stark bees for now. And there was something, okay, remind me later that my bees are in here. So there was something else that I wanted to see if it's even possible to work on with our little thing over here. Now, it only is dependent on whether the extra bees has managed to work with the Buildcraft API to get things, well, in order. Let's grab some of our iron gates, and thankfully we have a cobblestone construction pipe. Now, I want to see if it's possible to automatically infuse stuff. So infuse the bees, or rather inoculate the bees automatically. That's interesting. Let's go over here. Please be leaf. Meh. Okay. And that thing is going over well, so if we have time, we'll just quickly look at this. So, I want to see if the OR gates will give us enough, basically, options when connected to this, because I want to be able to inoculate bees at a, well, good rate, because currently I have to babysit the machine till it's done. So let's see what options we have here. We have redstone on, off, inventory empty, full, space, no energy, energy stored, can store energy, full energy, cannot work, is working, no energy, low energy, full energy, and that's about it. That blows. So what I'm thinking is that there must be some way to have this read in the settings that the inoculator is at to basically determine whether it can work or cannot work. So the cannot work stage probably means that we can say that there is nothing in the serum left, though probably between stages we can just automatically send it here. Speaking of which, let's throw this in here. That being said, it might not be even necessary to automatically do anything with this. And it seems like the basic gates are the same as before. That kind of is not what I was looking for. I was looking for something that could be a little more low level. Sorry, high level. High level or low level? Ease of use while being a pain in the ass? Yeah, that's high level. So maybe that's not going to work. Let's quickly look at our multi-farm, shall we? So our multi-farm is working rather well, and I'm thinking how it works is actually it goes up the trunk to find all of the ripe ones and doesn't look right straight above it. So for instance, the leaves that are out here get picked as well. And we have a huge supply of chestnuts. Actually, that's a very huge supply and can be, let's see, how fast are these? And I doubt there's a high saturation with those. That kind of sucks. Let's just go to my irradiated bread, shall we? So, what would be a better use of this? And we only went through one fertilizer, though we are going through quite a bit of water. That kind of irks me somehow. Oh, did you see that work? Wow, that was rather fast. Hmm. Yeah. Now it's possible maybe there's something to do when like crossbreeding IC2 crops because I think IC2 crops do have quite a lot to them and it might be worthwhile to look into that. That might be something that another project should be done with, but maybe there should be some Xeno reliquary stuff we can make later. Well, it does seem like there are a few things that would be worthwhile to make. Maybe a Tome of the Alcahest, though that might require a bit of wither combat. Actually, some wither combat would be nice to break up the monotony. Maybe I'll just, for the last 5 minutes, just go all ape on the withers and hopefully not die to unforeseen circumstances. I'm looking at you. Come on. No, not you. Over there. And what I'm thinking is eventually I'd like to take on the Wither, though my armaments are not exactly the strongest of all of them. Let's look at our iridium supply. We got 10 here. We got not really any here or here or here, though we could... Wait, can't we make iridium with that stuff that we... Bloody hell, I could have been doing that for all this time. Using Sheldonite, not Cooperite. That's just retarded. Let's see. 10% chance using a pulverizer, but I remember industrial iridium nugget, and 9 of them make iridium ingot. Dang it! This would have been a lot better of a process to do. So maybe I should hop between meteorites after getting a bunch of ender pearls because that will give us a lot of iridium, and we got 14 iridium as it is and quite a bit of aluminum as well as some, well, definitely enough for titanium. This will be enough for 16 nuggets of titanium and some extra. So let's just throw this into the industrial blast furnace so we have something going. And this stuff, I'm not sure. I heard something about it taking constant power. I don't think I believe that really. And we seem to have a bit of a buffer of energy for some reason in some of these. Like 10 million. Maybe if there was some way so that we could get the adjustable energy storage unit. Is there an adjustable energy storage unit that is close by? Yes, there is. But it's bloody expensive. And I don't think that will be worth it at that stage of the game. So what I think I'm going to do to speed up our... Well, our iridium is the main thing that we're looking for. So to speed that up, I think I'm going to do some meteorite hopping, make sure I am well prepared, get all of my armor and etc. charged up so that I can just do a bunch of Enderman hopping and hopefully not die too many times well in the end. That will certainly be fun. Yeah, maybe I can bring some light sources so I can light them up as well, but as long as we have our rock cutter, I think we'll be good. So, thankfully, I do have quite a bit of energy in my jetpack, so I should be able to get to wherever I'm going, and just in case I managed to find a book in my inventories and got a linking book so that I'll be able to head on home if I were to, say, fall in the void or anything like that. But that's not going to happen, is it? No. No, not at all. I'm probably going to be pushed into it, not just fall. And how likely will this save me? Oh, this will be fun. Yes, get away. Maybe I can fight my way out of this, because this sword is kick-ass against Enderman. Haha. Maybe it would have been a good idea to just look behind me, because, hey, that's cool too. So there are a bunch of areas where I could fall off, but this is going to Hopefully stop being so loud. Ooh, ender pearl. So I'm gonna work slowly and methodically and hope I get as much of this stuff as I possibly can. Obviously, I won't get everything since that would just be too awesome, and heck, I'm not that awesome. But hopefully it will prove a worthwhile investment. Now, I'm not even sure how much iridium I'm going to need, but I do know that I will need some form of processor. I think it's like an implosion compressor. If we check what the iridium ore is used in, we know that it's in iridium ingots. Then it's crafted into the iridium mixed alloy, or we could get a useless iridium stuff like that. But that's using a rolling machine and diamond dust. But then we need to get the implosion compressor, which is going to be another machine I'm going to have to work on. Implosion compressor itself doesn't look too difficult of a recipe. In fact, it isn't, but it does probably require some advanced casings, which I'm going to have to figure out where to get and in what quantity. Hopefully, it's not going to be too much of a major PETA, but you never know. Well, that's all the time we have for this episode of EEPower. If you like what you see, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe to future episodes. Likelihood of me making it? Probably not that much. Hiya! WayofTime here. Signing off. Oh great, my jetpack doesn't work this high. Have a wonderful day.